So the first thing that gets women really turned on is non-sexual touch, okay? Non-sexual touch means touch, affection, physical affection that is not sexual in nature. That means something like a hug or holding hands or just cuddling, and doing the hug without going down to grope her behind or anything like that, which is really tempting to do, I know, guys. But it's just being in a relationship where you just are okay to be physically affectionate without going directly for the sexual touches, okay? So an example of this is like when you go to bed at night, instead of always every night trying to be sexual, but some nights just kind of hold her or kind of caress her or hold her hand while you're sleeping, or sleep. What I like to do with my wife is sleep with my back against her back, because sometimes we'll like gradually separate from she'll be on that side of the bed, I'll be this. It's just like to touch each other at night, like while we're sleeping, have our backs against each other. Just having that physical affection for a lot of hours during the night really stimulates her sexually and gets her going the next day. So that's one advice. Just hugging her in the morning, going for those non-sexual things. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, a really good way to turn on a woman is kindness. Okay, now hold on. I know kindness is probably the cheesiest thing that you could say, but actually research has found, especially John Gottman, who is a leading expert in relationships and marriage, for decades has been studying successful relationships and long-term marriages, and he's found that kindness itself is one of the defining factors for if a couple is happiness. It's simply the matter of how do these individuals, how does a couple interact with one another throughout the day, even through texting, right? Are they kind with one another, or are they kind of aggressive and agitated towards one another all the time? So when I realized and read about this, that kindness is such a defining factor for a successful relationship, I changed my approach completely to how I interact, because it's like, oh, she's my wife, I can just kind of be myself, but just saying things more kind. And the opposite of kindness, of course, is being agitated and angry all the time. And as we know, anger itself is such poison to a relationship, and it's such poison to your wife's sexual arousal. It really is. As soon as you become angry and raise your voice at your spouse, she becomes less and less attracted to you and willing to have a really true intimate relationship, okay? So that's number two, is be kind. Be kind. And number three, a really good tip to get her hot in the bedroom is having compassion. Okay, so this is another thing that you're going to find is cheesy, but compassion equals passion. Especially this is true for women. Women thrive on compassion and understanding and listening. This is why typically women like to talk and be heard and listen and have that kind of conversation, give and take more frequently than men do. It's because women really thrive through having compassion. And typically speaking, we're not so good at having compassion, understanding how her day was, or having compassion for how challenging it is to balance her work and family life and raise the kids and all that and cook and all that, whatever she's doing with her life. So having a little compassion for her and trying to and this is where like the listening comes in. It's not like the, yes, honey, pretending to listen. I'm talking about like, if you can really sit down with her, look at her and just try to feel what she's feeling and try to understand, why she's maybe stressed out or angry or agitated. If you can get to that level, that's a huge turn on for women. And I would argue is probably one of the most important things that women have is if they're feeling compassion, it leads to passion. It leads to happiness for women and for your relationship. Number 4 is to have slow sex. Okay, this is really critical for a woman, because generally speaking, across the board, pretty much, women are slowly turned on when you're actually in the bedroom or wherever you are, getting intimate. Women are like slow cookers. They just need to take it slow for biological, biochemical, hormonal reasons. They just take a little bit of time. So if you can approach it from slowly and not just, aggressive, maybe we tend to think societally or culturally that women like it when you're just really aggressive and you just go right into penetration or anything like that. Generally, that's not true at all. It's not like we see in the movies or wherever online. It's because women do operate primarily like slow cookers, and men are typically like a microwave or like a fire, like we're just ready to go anytime pretty much. But women do need that time. They do need that foreplay. They do need that kind of massage, like just before you get intimate, just like take some time to massage her back and her legs, just to kind of give her a feel, and then slowly kind of make your way to the more delicate areas of her body. So that's one way that really turns on a woman, even if she's not feeling sexually aroused or turned on when you start, kind of being intimate. But by the time you're finished with that slow sex, then she's more ready for it. So that's typically like my approach to my wife, because pretty much my wife is okay to not do it most of the time, but as soon as I kind of take it slowly and give her a massage and stuff, then she's like, okay, I'm ready, let's do it, So anyways, I talk a lot about sex on this channel, so feel free to watch other videos here. And the fifth thing that is really important for women to feel aroused and turn on is quality time. All right. Quality time is really crucial when the rubber hits the road in your relationship. If you're not spending time together, that is good time, good quality time, your relationship is suffering. In the reality of our current state of society, generally speaking, a lot of us are working, school, raising kids, doing a lot of stuff, and when we're not doing all those things, we just want to be alone and watch YouTube or go on social media or whatever, go on our phones. That's a disaster. It's a recipe for disaster in a relationship. If you're not spending quality time together, I would really encourage you every single day, have a little bit of quality time. Emphasis on quality. It doesn't have to be quantity time. It doesn't have to be a lot of time, but emphasis on 5 minutes, 10 minutes of just intentionally being together, talking, having conversation, praying together, meditating, whatever it may be for you. Just be together and enjoy the presence of one another. Go on a walk or talk or whatever, play a freaking video game. I don't know what you guys do, but have some quality time. This kind of plays into all this stuff. The tips that I'm giving here is when you have quality time, all this other things are easier to intentionally do, such as being kind, such as having compassion, such as having non-sexual touch, and such as going into sex slowly, can all be manifested if you spend quality time together. And this is really important. So if you're in a situation where you don't have time, if you don't have any time to invest in each other, to spend time together, go on dates, go on walks, whatever, that means more than likely your life situation is not ideal and does not lend itself to a healthy relationship. Okay? So it might mean that you have to change stuff up. It might mean that you have to work less. It might mean that you have to hustle less. It might mean that you have to ask someone to take care of the kids. It might mean that you have to move to another location. For my wife and I, we were living in New Jersey and I was working in New York. It was for 4 years and we were raising our kids there. It was really stressful to live that way. And so I decided at one point when we were really at the bottom of our relationship, it's like we need to change stuff because we're not happy and we're not spending any good time together. So we decided to uproot our family and move down back to North Carolina where I grew up. My parents are here and the pace is just slowly. That's what we had to do to bring our relationship to the next level and spend more time together. And ever since then, guys, I can guarantee you our relationship has been better. We've been able to do all of these things and my wife is more sexually aroused as a result. I hope this video is helpful. Give it a like and the button if it's helpful, and feel free to check out other channels. I'm just trying to help you guys and do everything I can. So let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Yeah, it's good to have you. Take care.